large-scale world-class Carnival Museum is here. Located in the old historic penny bank, the country's first indigenous commercial bank, the new museum resides at the socio-cultural crossroads of Carnival's fascinating past and its expanding future. As much as it evolves here at home, Trinidad and Tobago's Carnival continues to feed and inspire festival spin-offs in North and South America, the UK, Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Caribbean. As a global focal point of the festival, the new museum will be as vibrant, evocative, interactive, and creative as the festival itself. Visitors can now explore Carnival's dynamic and unfolding history and traditions at its official treasury and storehouse. Welcome, welcome to the Trinidad and Tobago Carnival Museum, dedicated to exploring, preserving, and sharing Carnival's rich legacy.
Trinidad and Tobago Carnival Museum. We've been asking for it for many years. We know that we deserve it, and we deserve to have it curated and done to the best way possible. This morning, I have a chat with the director and steering committee member for the Trinidad and Tobago Carnival Museum, Rosalind Gabriel. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Rokas. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you here in person in studio. So, the Carnival Museum, the TNT Carnival Museum, well, that ad said that it's here. Is it here?
It's here. We have the building, we have the keys to the building, and we have plans for the starting or the repurposing of the building.
Okay.
And the big problem at this point in time, I wouldn't even call it a problem.
Challenge?
Of funds.
Well, that's always the challenge, right?
Yeah.
All right, but what is the plan? So you have the building.
Yes.
Is it going to be, I saw that it said it's going to be interactive, it's going to be, you know, historic, it's going to have documentation, pictures, videos, the works.
Everything.
But
yes.
is it all going to be in that place, or is there going to be a virtual space? How is it working?
There's going to also be a virtual space, because the size of the building, we have limitations, obviously. Because, you know, if you think of one king costume,
that building full.
Correct. So we're going to be dependent heavily on the virtual side as well.
Okay. All right. So how did that acquisition go for getting the penny bank?
The date of the RFP that appeared in the papers is imprinted in my brain. It happened on the 17th of May, 2020. But before that, the dream had lived in me for so many years, being part of Carnival for almost 40 years now. And every year, the kids would be scrambling, the school children especially, for information for their projects and so.
Right.
And I kept saying, but this can't be, you know, we need to have a museum where all our stories can be told to the children especially. And so when I saw that RFP, I sprung to attention.
What did the RFP ask for? Just for a repurposing of the building?
It asked for proposals for the use of the building.
Ah, okay.
And knowing that FCB have a strong
indigenous background.
Yes.
Yes.
I thought right away, well, this is perfect, because this building is where it all started, in East Port of Spain, and it couldn't be a more proper location for the Carnival Museum. And so the first thing I did was really talk to Dr. Kim Johnson, because he was the director or the CEO of the Carnival Institute at the time.
Yeah.
I told him about the RFP. At first he said, well, I'm not really sure. But I think I nagged him to death. And we started to work on it. And then a friend, well, actually a consultant, Kenny Atai, he was helping me with the TTCBA at the time. So Kenny hopped on board willingly, and we began to work on the RFP. Of course, it was daunting for me, because I had never worked on an RFP before,
right.
But I was determined to get it done. And so we worked steadily. I think we had about 2 weeks to the closing date. And then the luckily we got a reprieve because they gave an extension
Okay.
for the closing date, and we managed to get our act together and get everything in at the required moment, and then we sat and waited.
And then, well, we saw the announcement last week that
Yes.
the museum is now, well, the building is now handed over
Yes,
to be used for the
it is.
purposes of the Carnival Museum.
Yeah.
What's currently happening with the Carnival Museum? Like, what are the current activities?
Well, right now we are in phase 1 of activities.
Which is what?
Phase 1 is we having the architectural drawings are being done. We're planning everything that we would like to see in the first phase. Of course, we can't do the entire thing at the beginning. We are fundraising, which is the most important thing at this point to get us off the ground. And of course, we are signing MOUs. We have on board with us the Ministry of Tourism and Culture. We have, of course, although MAS made the first move, we have Tuco and Trinidad on board with us, as Megan was here.
Right.
She told you all about it.
Yeah. Well, Megan told me launching later this year, so we could go on in the Carnival Museum later this year.
I think what happened is we did have plans to launch this year, but COVID got in the way.
Oh.
Everything slowed down with COVID.
Okay.
And so we have a plan for 2023. I think that's a little more realistic.
Okay.
For our opening date, and it would be latter 2023.
And that's the day that we could walk into the physical Carnival Museum?
Yes.
Okay, so what about the virtual side of things?
Well, we are just conceptualizing that.
Okay.
I would love to mention, you know, the fact that on this project, many people walked into it and helped. We have the architect, we have Sean Leonard, we have Janine helping us.
You have all these big name people helping inside the Carnival Museum, girl?
All of these patriots.
No, but I mean, I think that's what we need, even if in the first instance to get it off the ground, because it's ours, right?
It's
so
ours.
Who is going to do it if not us?
Correct.
And we have the people with the expertise. So if they and these people you're calling, these names that you're calling, have been a part of Carnival for so many decades that it makes sense. What about other band leaders and stuff like that? Have you been communicating with them?
We haven't reached out as yet. I mean, everybody knows about it now. Everybody's in a pitch of excitement that at long last, it's here. I mean, we could say it's here. We have the building. And once we have that, I mean, there's no turning back. And we would, you know, we are so appreciative of FCB's Cultural Foundation for, you know, allowing the use of this building for this purpose. It's long overdue. 200 years in the making.
Right? Yeah. So, all right, I'm kind of just curious about the content that we're going to have inside the museum. Can you tell me what some of the content we can expect?
Well, I would love to tell you of what we envisaged. Because there have been many sessions where we talked about, so what will be in the museum? And first of all, we want to reach out to the community surrounding us.
Right.
And include them in everything.
This is the community in East Port of Spain?
Yes.
Right.
So we have been a lot of collaborating has been going on with the mayor. We've been collaborating with the East Port of Spain company. Of course, the Panyard is right there. All Stars.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is really to make the community around us. We want to be part of the community around us and make them part of us.
Yeah, because that's also the birthplace of Carnival, so it makes sense.
Correct. So what we want the museum to be, we want it, first of all, to be a place where the mass community could meet. So yes, we are going to have exhibitions, we're going to have the virtual side, but like we have a spot in the museum that will be a performance area where we could have film nights, we could have nights, pan nights, we could have a Pero or midnight robber come in and do their thing.
Okay. We have space in the museum for all these things to be happening?
Well, we made space for it because
Okay.
that is so important to us, because we do not want Carnival to end on Ash Wednesday.
Right.
We would like to have Carnival type activities all through the year. We also will reach out to countries that have our carnivals that have been fashioned on ours. So really and truly, our museum is for the preservation of what is ours.
Yeah.
We want all our carnival stories to be told in one space, because right now it's scattered right through
And
the
there
world,
are
the
various
whole world.
versions. And there are various versions of
Yes.
it. Where can we get more information on the TNT Carnival Museum?
I have my notes that I could tell you right here. So we have a website,
Nice.
and the website is, I'm going to tell you shortly, carnivalmuseum.com.
Right.
And we're also on social media at TT Carnival Museum and on Twitter at The Carnival Museum.
So TT Carnival Museum on Instagram
Yes.
and The Carnival Museum on
At The
Yeah.
Carnival Museum.
and The Carnival Museum
Yes.
on
Yes.
Twitter.
Yes.
All right. Well, Rosalind Gabriel, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning, and congratulations on getting the building as the first step in the process. And I look forward to checking in with you as you continue to unroll the phases.
Anytime.
How long do we expect phase 1 to be in effect from, and then we move into phase 2?
The next 3 months?
Yeah. So 3 months.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for joining
You're
us.
most welcome.
Enjoy the rest of your day. We
Was
take a
lovely
quick break,
being
ladies
here.
and gentlemen, and we come back with more inside the Now Morning Show.